Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to give you an overview of what Suspense in React 18 is. To understand how Suspense on the server works, first, however, we need to understand the difference between rendering our site using the client side and the server side. If you're unsure how client-side process works and the difference between both renderings, leave me a comment and I'll make a video. At this point, I'm going to assume you have some idea about it and we are going to focus on how this new feature works on the server. Let's recall how the process of rendering something on the server is. We fetch the data and then we render all the React components to HTML. So the first thing the user sees is the HTML structure and content, but the user cannot interact with it just yet. Meanwhile, we will load the JavaScript for these components on the client and connect all the logic to the HTML rendered in the browser. It is at this point that the page becomes interactive. This is called hydrate. This can be a bit confusing, so let's repeat it. First, the server sends the HTML to the browser. This gets rendered. The browser downloads the JavaScript and it connects the JavaScript with static HTML generated on the server to make the page 100% interactive. Each step of the process will happen for the whole application all at once. Here is a dummy example of the different components our page needs to render. If we have one or more slow components, it could slow down our whole app and directly freeze it until the whole hydration process is completed. In this case, product is a slow component and is blocking my page from hydration. Maybe because it's making expensive API calls and it takes time for the data to come back, or we have lots of JavaScript codes to process in this component. So what we can do now is exclude the slow components from that initial page render and wrap each of them with Suspense. Suspense is a component that allows us to split the code and show a temporary fallback component from the client until the slow component code is loaded. Then the server will render and show its HTML in the same streaming. For example, here I will show a loading spinner until the product's component is ready. I will also wrap personalized product suggestion with Suspense because this is a slow component. So we can wrap multiple components with Suspense. In this case, header, filter, and CTA sections will follow the normal process, loading HTML, loading JavaScript, and hydrating all at once as usual. The other two, products and personalized product suggestions, will go through their own asynchronous process in the order that they show up in the tree. Oh, but that's not all. React is really clever. If the user comes and click in this second block, personalized products, which is waiting to be hydrated once the product has finished, React will pause this hydration and start hydrating this one instead. That's because React knows that if the user clicks on it, means the user is more interested in having this content ready ASAP before the other one that was rendering previously. React prioritizes the part of the app the user finds more interesting. Let's wrap up. Before, React assumed everything was synchronous. Now with React, we can break the app apart into different blocks and allow them to render asynchronously when they are ready. Then React will prioritize the components the user clicks on them. So we no longer have to wait until all the JavaScript is 100% connected and is interactive. This solves the issue of a slow component holding up the process and improves the user experience by allowing the user to gradually consume the revealed content. Suspense is a powerful feature that helps us to let the user consume content faster and let them know that some other content is coming. However, the user still perceives the app with fewer visual changes as having loaded faster. So this means that if in your app you have loading spinners, the user will think that your app is slower than another app that doesn't have these visual elements. That's why React has also introduced new APIs. Thank you everyone. Please don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when my next video comes out. Also, leave me a comment in the description box below with your feedback and hit the like button for the algorithm. Thank you.